Bullock. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The football going back over to the New Orleans Saints, and a team this year, Charles, that really took off after that Week 1 loss. For me, it all came together Week 9. You think back to that game when they beat the Rams, knocked off their undefeated streak to start the regular season. So now, are the Saints really Super Bowl winning contenders? I mean, do you put them in that category?
Oh, I certainly do, and I think people were wondering how they would respond this season after what happened to end last season, the Minneapolis Miracle, where they ended up giving up the touchdown pass in the last play of the game in the playoffs. And when it started losing at home to Tampa Bay, many wondered if their psyche had really been affected. But they've regrouped since then. The defense is really playing.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. And even 50 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Benjamin Watson, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Cincinnati Bengals offense taking the field again. And if you look at what they've done this year on the whole, would you say that they are a contender or a pretender as we hit the quote-unquote home stretch of the regular season?
Their schedule says pretender, but when you watch them play at their best, you think contender. They'd have to beat someone of that ilk. You know, in their division, can they beat Pittsburgh the next time they play them to announce to the world that, hey, they mean business? They beat Baltimore early in the season when we thought Baltimore truly was a contender. So the potential is there, but they have to show it because right now they haven't beat the most significant teams that they've played.
And I'm looking down the road, the last 4 games, 3 of them are on the road, weeks 14, 16, and 17, including a trip to the aforementioned Pittsburgh Steelers. So Dalton now, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On second down, here's Breeze. Dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. From the gun on third down, Breeze. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Dalton here from the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Malone. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big gain of 31 on third down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Passing, it's Dalton. Airing one out for Boyd. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
368!
Dalton now to pass. Flush to his right. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, oftentimes when we get a chance to talk league-wide, we go offensive. We don't get a lot of defensive talk. But let's talk about some young rookies. I know you've told me Darius Leonard of the Colts is really impressed.
He's impressed the entire league. I mean, at times he approaches 20 tackles a game. Sideline to sideline, end zone to end zone, out of South Carolina State. So you don't think about him, but you should. Derwin James with the Chargers, been as good as advertised at the safety position. Jair Alexander, the corner from Green Bay, missed a couple of games early in the season, but he got the attention of the New England Patriots brass before they played. They were really impressed with him. But Bradley Chubb is doing exactly what we thought he would do, chasing down quarterback. Jackson out of LSU with Carolina. Really knows how to ball hawk and take the ball out of the air and take it the other way.
Well, you were ready for that. That's a good list of defensive rookies right there. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
On third and long, it's Breeze. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, Charles, we got a second here. Let's do an MVP check-in right now at this point in the season. Is Patrick Mahomes your headliner?
He is for me. Look, second year playing, 1 start as a rookie, and what he's done so far, it's been absolutely spectacular. Magnificent consistency. Hasn't had any real dips. Now, before the season, I was focused in on Todd Gurley, and he continues to power the Rams' attack. He has to be in the conversation. Drew Brees, how many incompletions does he throw per game? 1 or 2? It's unbelievable with his accuracy. Tom Brady is still Tom Brady and wins big games. Phillip Rivers with a strong second half could get into the conversation, but keep a real eye on the NFC South. Matt Ryan ahead of his MVP pace of 2016. Cam Newton in Carolina. If they end up winning that division, you better take a hard look at him.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. Now Breeze on third down. And that's complete. It's Watson. And that goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Right back to him on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Breeze. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for his fullback there, Zach Line. And now it's 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
To throw is Breeze. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And Lutz's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Go, on the ball! On the ball!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Got it! Two.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they're throwing interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
And Dalton to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Breeze. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Dalton throwing on second down. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Flushed out right. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain of 31 on third down. Andy Dalton. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
We're good.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Saints will have the football back. Well, with that incompletion, Charles, I want to revisit our preseason Super Bowl picks.
Must we?
Well, we're getting closer and closer toward the playoffs. So
we have to revisit
who
them?
did you have? You had the Falcons.
I had Atlanta.
But you couldn't predict all those injuries the Falcons
Couldn't
had.
predict all the injuries, and heading into their open week, they had won 2 in a row and then beat Washington after the open week. So all is not lost, but still enough guys are out that maybe maybe it's not the best prediction, but I did have Pittsburgh, I believe, on the AFC side, and they are really starting to come on.
Sadly, I don't even remember who I had. I think it's going to sound like, oh, yeah, revisionist history. I think I had Rams and Patriots, so I'm going to stick with that.
That actually sounds familiar to me. I do believe you did have Rams in New England, and you are on track with those two teams.
And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Kill!
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Throw left side complete. It's Carr. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Breeze to throw on second down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal. They'll run it with Kamara, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it second and goal. Breeze now to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. In for the score. And the Saints add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points. So they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. They give him a gain of 37.
A lot of receivers see the drag route as a risk-reward type of a play. The risk, going into the middle of the field where there's some big people who want to hit you, but the reward is oftentimes you get lost in coverage, running a little bit underneath, and when you catch it just right, as we just saw there, the end result can be a big, big play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Play action here with Dalton. Eluding the pressure right. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And that's going to lead to a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left. This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now a play fake here on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Alex Okafor in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
There you go, 368.
Dalton here from the gun. And some room to work. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Dalton on third and goal. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Good.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Marvin Lewis tries for it, but comes up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, they were 2 for 3 on fourth down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that, but finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
Back near his goal line. Here's Breeze. He's going to look deep. And got his man complete. That one goes for 36 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And Watson has it right side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Got it.
On second down, Kamara. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Breeze now. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He got 29 yards that time. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
He'll get it up the middle, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that is going to set up third and goal. Now Breeze. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Bree's going to go on 4th down. Steps away to his left. He completes it to Bryant, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Dez Bryant from 8 yards out, and the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 22, and they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Got it.
Bree's going to throw here. Looking deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing, Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints will have the football back. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake.
He's got it at the 15. And they do finally get him at the 12.